Okay, ma, good morning all. Is it audible? Is it audible, ma?
Yes,
Okay. Today I will discuss about the question bank questions from the second unit. How many are finished first unit question bank questions? Tell me. How many are finished? First unit and up to second unit question bank questions. In holidays. Completed, N3 completed. Okay. Okay, now we'll discuss about the long answer questions from the second unit. Okay, note on the first question, ma. Diagonalize the matrix. What's the first question once you see? Diagonalize the matrix. A is 1, 1, 1, 0 to 1, minus 4, 4, 3, and find a power 4. Okay, we discussed with this. First is it diagonalize or not, and after that find power a power 4 of the matrix, right? And next, determine the model matrix P for. What is determined? Model matrix means what? Model matrix means how to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Write it as that eigenvectors is in one matrix form. That is called as model matrix. After that, find diagonalize. Okay, that's the second question. And what about the third question? See all of you here. Verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem for 1, 2, minus 1, 2, 1, minus 2, 2, minus 2, 1, and find A inverse and A power 4. It is also there in your notebook. Maybe exact question is not there, but the model is there in your notebook. Okay, that's the third one. Next, find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix. It is 2 by 2 matrix, right? It is 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, it is also very simple. And next, find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the Hermitian matrix. It is Hermitian, ma. Why? Because here the diagonal elements are real numbers. For that, okay, for the complex matrix, here the diagonal elements are real. For that case, you have to call that as Hermitian matrix. For that, find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, previous class we discussed this type of questions, right? Okay, that's the fifth question. And sixth question is verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem to A is equal to 1 to 2 minus 1 and deduce that A power 8 is equal to 625 into I. Okay, first verification jayandi. After that, deduce that A power 8 is equal to 625 I. Okay, it is also there. The model question is there in your notebook, ma. Next, seventh question, find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix. And next, eighth question also same, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem and find A inverse and A power 4. And the ninth question also diagonalize the matrix and hence find A power 4. And the 10th question is also there in your notebook. Okay, show that A is equal to I0, 0, 0, 0, I. 0, I, 0 is a skew Hermitian matrix and also unitary. Okay, what is skew Hermitian? Tell me. Skew Hermitian means what? Tell me, anyone answer.
A transpose equal to minus A.
A transpose is equal to minus A. A power A transpose or A power theta.
A power theta.
A power theta is equal to minus A.
Minus
Okay,
A.
what is A power theta? A power theta
A
means
transpose
A
what?
whole
bar
bar.
whole transpose.
Huh?
A bar
A
whole
bar
transpose.
or transport.
Right. Okay. A bar whole transpose is equal to minus A. That is A power theta is equal to minus A. And next, for that, what is unitary, ma? And also find its unitary. Unitary means what?
A
Unitary means,
transpose equals to
A.
I.
huh?
A power theta into A is equal to I.
Okay. Next. Okay, for that, already it is discussed in the classroom. Okay, last 2 days before ఈ problem చెప్పాం. Only show that skew Hermitian and also unitary ఒక్కటి అవ్వలేదు. ఓకేనా? For the 11th question, find the characteristic roots of the matrix and the corresponding characteristic vectors. Okay, eigenvalues ki one more name is what? Characteristic roots. Okay, and characteristic vectors means that is eigenvectors. Okay, same as eigenvalues and eigenvectors. That's the 11th question. And the 12th question, show that the matrix A is equal to 1 minus 2 1, 1 minus 2 3, 0 minus 1 2 satisfies its characteristic equation and find A inverse. Okay, what's the meaning of this question mark? Tell me. Dinki mana em cheyali procedure? Tell me anyone. Show that the matrix A, the 3 by 3 matrix satisfies its characteristic equation and find its A inverse. That means what?
Cayley-Hamilton theorem.
Cayley-Hamilton theorem, right? Cayley-Hamilton theorem, and for that find A inverse. Okay, now. And next, 13th question also same as Cayley-Hamilton. Use Cayley-Hamilton theorem to find it. Is there in your notebook. Yesterday or day before yesterday or before Sankranti, I explained that type of question. Clear? Reduce the polynomial as a linear. It is there in your notebook. And next, 14th question, diagonalize the matrix. Okay, it is also there. And next, 15th also, we know that procedure, find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix and find its inverse. Inverse means what? Here, for the 14th question, not asking it is diagonalizable. Only they are asking up to A inverse. And eigenvalues find out and eigenvectors find out and after that find for the model matrix inverse. Okay. Next, 16th question, show that the matrix, that is 3 by 3 matrix, satisfies its characteristic equation and find its inverse. That is also Cayley-Hamilton. And 17th one also Cayley-Hamilton. And 18th one, diagonalize the matrix. And the 19th one, Cayley-Hamilton. Every square matrix satisfies its characteristic equation. Antene manaki statement by heart cheyandi. Satisfies its characteristic equation means that is Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, and find its inverse. And the 20th question also Cayley-Hamilton theorem and find the inverse of the matrix. Okay, this is long answer questions. And next, for that, okay, see, okay, first we complete the long answer questions. Next, we will discuss part A. Okay. I'll explain briefly for each part of the questions. Next, short answer questions. Find the first question, find the eigenvalues of the matrix 4, 1 minus 3i, 1 plus 3i, 7. Last class lo chesinatunna question. Only up to what they are asking in the short answer. Find the eigenvalues. Find the eigenvalues. And next, second question, state Cayley-Hamilton theorem. It's very simple question. What is Cayley-Hamilton theorem property? Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. And next, find the eigenvalues of the matrix. Okay, it is also there in your notebook. And next, define model and spectral matrix. Already I gave the definitions. And next, okay, once you see this question, if 2, 3, 4 are the eigenvalues of A, then find the eigenvalues of adjoint A. Already I discussed in the previous class. What is the formula for the adjoint A? Adjoint A formula enti? Tell me anyone.
Det A by lambda.
Det A by lambda. What is det A here? Det A means what? Product of the eigenvalues is equal to what? Determinant of A, right? That's the concept for the 5th question. Next, find the sum of the. Ninna nenu cheppinappudu meeku note chestunnaru ma answer for finding adjoint of A. Malar copied. Last class I discussed this statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, 6th question, find the sum of the eigenvalues of the matrix. Okay. Sum of the eigenvalues is equal to what? Tell me. Sum of the eigenvalues is equal to what?
Trace of
Trace of E. Okay. That's the 6th question. And the 7th question, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem to matrix A. Okay. This is also very simple. Okay, for 2 by 2 matrix ante every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. Verification work cheste sarpotundi. And the 8th question, show that the matrix we have given x1, x2, x3 are linearly dependent. Linearly dependent means what? Linearly dependent means what? What's the formula for that? Det A is? Tell me. Second unit starting lo cheppanu. Det A means what? I mean, linearly dependent ante entra? Det A not equal to 0 or equal to 0?
Equal to 0.
Huh? Equal to 0, right? Okay, next one, 9th question, find the characteristic equation of the matrix. Characteristic equation means definitely what's the formula for the characteristic equation? That A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Only find up to the polynomial. That's the characteristic equation. Okay, next 10th question, define linearly dependent and independent of the matrix. Already we discussed in definitions. Okay, starting of the unit definitions ichanu. Linearly dependent ante enti, independent. If det A not equal to 0 means that is independent. Det A is equal to 0 means that is dependent. Or generally I gave some definitions for that linearly dependent and independent also. Okay, 11th question, find the eigenvalues of the matrix. It is also complex matrix, already we discussed. And the 12th question is also show that the vectors x1, x2, x3 are linearly independent. Linearly independent means det A is equal to, not equal to 0. And the 13th question, define characteristic equation of the matrix. Characteristic equation means what? Just write down the definition. Det A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Next, find the characteristic values of the matrix. Characteristic values means what? For the 15th question, characteristic values means that is eigenvalues. Okay, next, find the sum and product of the eigenvalues of. Find the sum and product of the eigenvalues means what? Sum of the eigenvalues is equal to trace of A and product of the eigenvalues is equal to det A. Okay, that's the 16th question. And the 17th question, find the eigenvalues of the matrix. Eigenvalues means for the 2 by 2 matrix, easily we can find a determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. For that we got directly eigenvalues. And 18th question, show that the vectors are linearly independent. This is also same as previous question. And next, find the sum and product of the eigenvalues. This is also product of the eigenvalues is equal to det A and the sum of the eigenvalues is equal to trace A. And 20th question, find the characteristic roots of the matrix. Characteristic roots means what? That is eigenvalues only. Okay, that is eigenvalues. This is short answer question. Okay, and I'll explain part A. Okay, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem for first question for the critical thinking questions. Verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem for 1, 2, 2, 2 and evaluate 2a power 4 minus 5a cube minus 7a minus 6i. Very simple ma. First verify cheyandi and after that evaluation of this. Okay, direct the polynomial icharu dantlo substitute chesi evaluate cheyandi ante. Next, use Cayley-Hamilton theorem to find a cube and a inverse. Okay, that is also there in your notebook for 2 by 2 matrix. It is not 3 by 3 matrix. What we have turned in for 3 by 3, same procedure for the second question. And next question, verify that the eigenvalues of and are respectively the squares and reciprocals of the eigenvalues of a square and a inverse. This is the question name cheptama. Name forward just answer. Okay. Third question and next. Okay, amma. Ever అడిగింది question N3. Okay. I'll forward the answer in WhatsApp group. Okay. Next, fourth question. If A is 1, 2, minus 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 0, 2, then find the eigenvalues of 3a cube plus 5a square minus 6a plus 2. Anyone got the answer for this question N3? Complete అయింది కదా నీ question bank fourth one answer వచ్చిందా? Anyone got
Yes,
the answer
yes,
for
ma'am.
the how?
Yes.
Tell me the procedure for that. Ma P1 you did third question answer. P1. Okay.
Yes.
Just okay. కొంచెం డౌట్ ఉన్న క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్స్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేసుకోండి మా. ఓకే. N3 you fourth one is finished. How? Tell me the procedure for that. Tell me the procedure for the fourth question. Wait ma, 1 minute. Okay, ma. Tell me the procedure for the fourth question. P1. P1 or N3? N3? Are you there, ma?
Ma'am. Not completed, ma'am.
ఎవర్రా ఇప్పుడే చాట్ బాక్స్ లో రాశారు కదా? నో N3 P1 ఫోర్త్ వన్ అయిపోయిందని చెప్పారు.
థర్డ్ వన్ అయిపోయిందని చెప్పింది P1.
ఫోర్త్ వన్ ఎవరు కంప్లీట్ చేయలేదా? ఓకే, లీవ్ ఇట్. చేద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్ ఫిఫ్త్ క్వశ్చన్ ఫినిష్డ్ మా. ఈజ్ ఇట్ డయాగ్నలైజబుల్ ఆర్ నాట్? Fifth question. Is it diagonalizable or not? Diagonalizable ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది మనకి? If all eigenvalues are distinct, for that case definitely it is diagonalizable. But here the question is the matrix is diagonalizable or not? For example, for this question, if the eigenvalues are repeated, if the repeated values ki first eigenvector find out చేయండి. Eigenvectors 2 రాకపోతే that is not diagonalizable. Then no need to find the distinct element eigenvector. Okay na? That's the fifth question. Next, determine the model matrix for A is equal to 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 1, and hence diagonalize the matrix. Okay, this is also diagonalization for the sixth question. And the seventh question, show that the matrix 0i i0 is Q Hermitian and find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, again, what is the matrix here? Show that the matrix is Q Hermitian. Q Hermitian means what? A power theta is equal to minus A, right? And find that eigenvalues and eigenvectors. That is seventh question. And eighth question, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, for A is equal to 1, 4, 2, 3 and evaluate A power 5 minus 4A power 4 minus 7A cube plus 11A square minus A minus 10i. Okay, here what's the concept of this question? Might is there in your notebook. We have to reduce that as linear. Is it clear? Or evaluation means directly substitute all. A power 5, A power 4, A cube, A square and A. Next, ninth question, use Cayley-Hamilton theorem to find up to A power 8. Okay, if for the 2 by 2 matrix, that is 1, 2, 2 minus 1. This is also simple. And next, 10th question, is the matrix is diagonalizable or not? Same as previously what I discussed, same procedure for this verification of the diagonalizable or not. Okay, these are the critical thinking questions in for the second unit. How many are finished all questions from the second unit? Girl side. Girl side, no one is telling. Boys, only N3 and P1.
P1 అయిపోలే మేడం, ఫస్ట్ 5 అయిపోయింది.
ఫస్ట్ 5 అయిపోయింది. ఫస్ట్ లాంగ్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చేయండి అమ్మా. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేద్దాం, డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉండే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేద్దాం. ఈ ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్ చేయండి రా. ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్ ఈజీ ఉంటుందా చూడండి. లాంగ్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లో ఫోర్త్ వన్ మనం చేయలేదు కదా, 2x2 మ్యాట్రిక్స్ కి. ఫస్ట్ ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కంప్లీట్ చేయండి. ఇప్పుడు నోట్ డౌన్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్. Find eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix. Already we discussed in previous classes 2x2 matrix complex. Okay, it is real matrix. Note down and solve this. Find eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix. A is equal to 5, 4, 1, 2. Note just another question. Note down, no one is giving response ma. At least copy chesara ledo kuda cheppatledu.
Yes, ma'am.
Just
Yes, ma'am.
continue that answer. Very simple question. అట్లీస్ట్ టైం ఉన్నప్పుడైనా చేయండి. మనకి థర్డ్ యూనిట్ లో ఓన్లీ 3 టాపిక్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ మా. విత్ ఇన్ 4 days, 4 days is enough for that topic, or 1 week is enough. మనకి మేబీ ఫిబ్రవరి ఫస్ట్ వీక్ ఆర్ సెకండ్ వీక్ ఆర్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఫర్ ది CIE 1. అది కూడా ఇంకా క్లారిటీ లేదు కాబట్టి అప్పటి వరకు మీరు ఈ టాపిక్స్ చేస్తూ ఉండండి. థర్డ్ యూనిట్ ఎంతసేపు పట్టదు. ఈ 2 days క్వశ్చన్ బ్యాంక్ చేస్తే నెక్స్ట్ స్టార్ట్ ద థర్డ్ యూనిట్. Now what are the eigenvalues for that? 5, 4, 1, 2.
1 and 6.
1 and 6. Okay. All of you got the same answer for the eigenvalues?
Yes, ma'am.
5, 4, 1, 2. Okay. Eigenvalues. Next,
ma'am.
continue. Eigenvalues A is equal to lambda is equal to 1 comma I'm sorry. Tell me my eigenvalues.
6, 1.
That means 1, 6. Okay, ma. Next, continue that. One comma 6. Next, continue for the eigenvectors for the corresponding eigenvalues. Anyone got the first eigenvector? Fast cheyali, very simple questions. These are all.
-1, 1.
-1, 1. Okay, next continue the next eigenvector. Here n is 2 and r is number of non-zero row 1. For that, n minus r is equal to 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. Let us take one variable x2 as k. Substitute in the above equation, that is x1 plus k is 0. X1 is equal to minus k. Okay. Then x1 is minus k and x2 as k. Therefore, the eigenvector x1, x2 as minus k and k. From that, take it k outside, -1, 1 as the eigenvector. Next eigenvector 4, 1.
-4, 1.
Okay, ma. Okay. How many are finished? 2 eigenvectors for the corresponding eigenvalues of 1 and 6. Okay, therefore, I'll write the answer here for the 2 eigenvectors. If lambda is equal to 1, for that case, eigenvector -1, 1. And the next eigenvector if lambda is equal to 6, tell me ma, that eigenvector
-4, 1.
minus, no, for the second one I am asking
4 and 1.
4 and 1. Okay. 4 and 1. All of you got it? If it finished, I'll go through the next question from the question bank. Okay, finished? All finished this question? Okay. Next, go for the next question. Eigenvalues over determined eigenvalues. So that sixth question cheyandama. See all of you from the question bank, sixth question for the long answer. Sixth question, all of you try to solve this. Verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem to find A is equal to, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem to A is equal to 1 to 2 minus 1 and deduce that A power 8 is equal to 625i. Try to solve all for the 2 by 2 matrix Cayley-Hamilton verification. Here, how I explain for the 2 by 2 matrix reduced as a linear polynomial. Same procedure apply here, ma. First verification is common for all the question and deduce that A power 8 ante characteristic equation nunchi manaki A or A square vastundi. Dan nunchi A power 8 teeskondi. Okay, directly we got 625i. Okay, now that's the concept for the sixth question. Is it clear, all of you? At least give response. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, verification normal ga chesandi. Deduction vachesi manam 2 by 2 matrix lo linear ga deduce chestunnam kada, aa concept use cheyandi. A power 8 varaku characteristic polynomial teeskondi, then directly we got A power 8 is equal to 625i. What's the question? All are copied that sixth question from the question bank. 1 to 2 minus 1. Okay, na? For that 1 to 2 minus 1 characteristic equation.
A square minus 5i.
Let A minus lambda I is equal to 0. For that 1 minus lambda 2 minus 1 minus lambda is equal to 0. From that this is 1 minus lambda into minus 1 minus lambda minus 2 into 2. Okay, for that I am writing directly this. Here we got lambda square minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, now all of you got it, ma? This polynomial lambda square minus 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, from that by using Cayley-Hamilton theorem, how we'll write this? Using Cayley-Hamilton, we will write this as A square minus 5i, right? Using Cayley-Hamilton theorem, every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation, right? From that, economic statement randi. A square minus 5i is equal to 0. For that, A square is equal to 5i. Okay, then up to A power 8 తీసుకోండి, అంటే multiply both sides with A into 5i into A. That is A cube is equal to 5a. Next, what about A power 4, ma? Tell me. Next, similarly find out a power 4. A power 4 means what?
A power 3 into A.
A cube into A. Already we know that A cube, right? A cube is 5A into A, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you check it, any mistake here? A cube is 5A. What about A power 4? A power 4, A power 4 means what? Cube is equal to 5A. A cube is 5A. This is 5A square.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait. A square enama correct na? Check cheyandi. Or else, or directly write down by the Cayley-Hamilton theorem, A square is equal to 5I. Then A square is equal to 5I, right? Both sides take the power as 4. That is 5. Okay, confusion is there. A square is equal to 5I. Anyone got it? Wait, nene koncham confused.
Yes, ma'am.
ఏం చేసావరా? A square is equal to 5I. Both sides multiply చేసావా? Else directly power తో 4 తోటి power both sides తీసుకున్నావా?
Power
A power 8 is equal to 5A power 6.
5?
In
Power
place of A
4.
power 6,
Right. A power 8 is equal to 5. A power 6.
6.
Right. A power 8 is equal to 5
Whole
power
power, not whole power, madam. 5 into A power 6.
Correct. ఇక్కడ 5 వస్తుంది. Right, ma.
In place of A power 6. A power
You
6
have
is
to
equal.
write A square into A square into A square. Right? This is A square or else A square into 5. What is A square? 5I into 5. That is 625 into I. This is A power 8. Right, ma? Okay, finished? Finished, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll go through the next question.
No, ma'am.
అరే మొత్తం మరి ముందే చేస్తున్నారా? Okay, next 7th question. Determine the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix. Okay, that is simple. And next, diagonalize the matrix. Next class we will discuss from the question bank questions only, ma. Either difficult undo, then we will continue that questions. Okay, na?
Okay.